Welcome to the channel for the first time viewers. Welcome back from my existing subscribers. I'm going to go over the year 4 season 4 designer patch notes for the preseason, right? So this is what's supposed to be coming to the game, and the update is supposed to be for, what is it, December 3rd. So December 3rd, mark your calendars. It's supposed to be on that Tuesday, but if they have any issues like with this season, then Shifting Tides will be a little bit late. If you remember, this season came a day later because there was just an issue with the servers where everything was just offline on, I think it was that Monday. So that Tuesday they spent the time fixing it. So let's get into some of the changes. Caveira's SMG, which is, I'm not going to cover every single thing. I'm just going to cover the main ones that, I kind of care about. And then I'll have a patch note link in the description. So the M12, right? That SMG that she uses, most people just run around with the pistol because the SMG is pretty much useless. It kind of just gives away your location, and that's really all it serves a purpose to do. So they're getting rid of that and increasing, well, not getting rid of it, but they're making it more useful and bumping it up from 36 damage to 40. I want to say it was like 30 damage in the beginning of the game. It did used to be a little bit weaker, and they already went ahead and gave it 1 buff, but this should make it where it's like a 3-shot kill from most distances. So that actually is going to be a really good addition to the game. 3 to 4 shots. That little bit of tweak is kind of like with the R4C when they reduced the damage and more people were getting downed because of that reduced damage versus before. Another bit of news is that the Capital Elite skin is the one that's scheduled to be released with this season. There's also been some floating images of the Ella Elite skin as far as like 2 seasons back, and then I thought we were gonna get it this year, or this season, but I guess we didn't. But there's that. I seen a leak for the Caveira. I thought we were going to get that later this season, so it's kind of trippy. We might get, I think it's going to be the Capital and then maybe the Ella, and then, Caveira starting at the next weekend, or next weekend, but the next season, which will be year 5. The Boss G. So they added the ACOG to the Boss G, so now you finally have somebody that is a 3-speed that has access to an ACOG on defense. So if you use Vigil, there you go. If you use Dokkaebi, essentially you have that option in your arsenal now. I did see that there are some very skilled Boss G players when I was playing in the TS, and I also noticed that when we had that Wild West event, there's some people that are really good with that gun, and it didn't even have a sight. So that, along with Glass, for the people that play casual, you can shoot through the plane window. With that one, if you're on defense, you gotta shoot twice. It makes a hole, and then you can shoot through the hole. So that's gonna be an interesting dynamic. I want to see how many people learn how to use either control the recoil of the SMG-12 and roam heavy with Vigil, or they just pretty much bang out with the Boss G. And I saw some good people on there, like I said earlier. For the creative defenders, they are almost doubling Kaid's effective range on his Electro Claws, so it's going from essentially 0.75 meters to 1.3 meters, and what that means is you'll be able to connect with more walls and just be more creative with how you set up those electric claws. I've seen some people go, underneath the ground and set it up so that people are looking for where it actually is, but they actually went downstairs and set it. It doesn't really do much if there's a Thatcher, but for those people that don't bring Thatcher or they ban Thatcher, that's going to be a useful pick right there. So as you saw last season, or this season, I keep saying last season because I'm already in the mindset of coming back and playing more. I'm going to cover 2 more operator changes. They're trying to make Warden more appealing to play. So they're now going to replace his barbed wire with C4, kind of like they switched Dokkaebi and they gave her frags instead of smokes. I think it was smokes they took away. But they took away one of her equipment and they gave her frag grenades. That blew my mind. First time I was playing the Dokkaebi, she called me and then a grenade came and it was a 1v1. I was like, how the hell did she get nades? But just so you know, Warden is he's already been bumped to a 2-speed, which I enjoy playing him at that 2-speed range because you can, it's pretty much a counter to concussions, blitz mains, and anything like that. So you have that, and now you're going to have a nitro cell to kind of help you out. So that's going to be a big deal, especially on these defender rounds. And when you have the smoke get tossed, they can't smoke plant because you can clearly see exactly where they are. Last one is going to be Jackal. They're changing the way his pings work. It's going to be based off of how long ago they were there. So if it's 4 pings, if it's like less than 15 seconds, 0 to 15, 3 plus 1 if it's 16 to 30 seconds, and then it just increases from there. So it goes to 2 plus 1, And that is, you know, essentially if they're 31 to 60 seconds, and then anything over 60 seconds to 90 seconds is 1+1. All right. Limb penetration is something they talked about. I'm not too familiar with it, but essentially what it looks like is shotguns and like weak secondaries are going to do no penetration. So if you throw a concussion, essentially what's been happening is people have been putting their hands up as part of the animation to cover their face, and then headshots are getting rejected. So no penetration for those shotgun pellets, and then those weak the weak secondaries like the CZ and the SMG-12. But ARs are going to have simple penetration, so they go straight through the hand. And then full penetration is going to be the DMRs and the sniper rifle. So you have Kali, who essentially I think it was Rogue 9 or one of those YouTubers that actually lined up an entire team, because they said it was 3 people for sure, but they lined up an entire team and were able to shoot through every single person. So they went through all 5 people. So that's going to be full penetration. It doesn't matter. It'll go through one person, through a second person. I think it's to pretty much make wallbanging a little bit more lethal again, because what was happening is people were wallbanging and, you know, it was taking off so much damage that cats were just on the other side getting hurt instead of killed. So with this penetration system, it's going to be through walls, and especially when you concuss somebody, it's going to go through their hands. So hopefully, you know, this makes this patch or this new season 4.4 a little bit easier to understand what's changing, and I know I made it clear as mud. So let me know what you guys thought about the video, and I will catch you guys on the game this season.
So funny, you missed the STRZ.